What's up, everybody? I'm Miera Jennings.
And I'm Dominic Santana.
And you're watching Worldwide Entertainment TV.
New York host, Miss Goldi, and that is Miss Goldi to you. Right now, we're at YouTube Space New York, live with my bro, Phil Murphy from DIP Promotions. What does that stand for? Dipped in Purple, right? And I mean, that's like, you know, I had to do a little research. It's like purple, it's like royalty. It's like, is that where you were going with it?
Not exactly where I was going with it.
I got the straight up message. And you know what? Many moments occur in our lives, good and bad. And I am a firm believer it's all up to how we play the hand that has been dealt to us. Now, my guest, Mr. Phil Murphy, has a story of an amazing recovery of life, second chances, blessings, creativity, and giving. So let's just begin with the book, The College Years.
Well, I have a trilogy out right now, Product of Determination in College Years. That's pretty much my college experience, going from being a top basketball player, then getting shot with an AK-47, and then my journey after that.
Exactly. So, with the book, The College Years, you said it's a trilogy, which means it's multiple books.
Yes, ma'am.
It's sort of like a series. Mm-hmm. And explains the college years, but without giving away the subject of the book, just dig in a little deeper on, you know, you said I was shot with an AK-47. So, elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, after my freshman year in college, you know, I was excited to be back, you know, doing well athletically and academically. I just was excited to be back home, and then I had a choice to make. I either could have been, you know, with a friend in Seaside Heights on the beach, or choose to go to the club with my friends because it was prom night, and I chose the latter, and that, you know, put me in a situation, because, you know, I'm from the hood, so it's like the kind of people that I'm around, you know, they're not on the same page that I was on.
Right.
And that put me in a situation to where, you know, everybody has characteristics or, you know, animalistic instincts.
Right.
And that, you know, my instincts came out at the wrong time.
And so it resulted in you being shot, and what you were attending college to play basketball.
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
Not just to play basketball, but you were a basketball star at college. So what was the transition like for you going from looking forward to the future in basketball to recovering from a gunshot wound?
Well, to be totally honest, I just thought it was over. You know, I didn't think there was any recovery. You know, I just had to figure out what was the next thing in life.
Right.
So I just went with the flow. You know, I got offered coaching positions, but I was too young. I didn't really feel like I was ready for that responsibility. You know, like 19 years old to be being responsible for kids my age, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me figure my life out. Let me just continue on going to college. You know, they still let me go to school. Then I transferred to Texas Tech University. You know, and they helped me out. They supported me big time. So that's when I found myself a little bit more.
Right, right. So where did you grow up, and who were some of your influences in your community?
Well, I was born in the Bronx, but I grew up in Queens. I grew up in Left Rack City and East Elmhurst. You know, their neighborhoods not too far from each other, but real young, you know, kid in place from East Elmhurst.
Right.
So that was a big deal in our community, you know, so I looked up to them big time. In Left Rack, Kenny Anderson, Kenny Smith, you know, those are, you know, well-renowned basketball players. Kenny Smith is on TNT, analyst. So they, you know, just having them around was very inspiring. So I just, you know, looked at what they were doing and see if I can just mimic. And then their family, you know, their family knew who I was, and we used to always chop it up and things like that.
And that's amazing, and that's wonderful goals, because a lot of kids in communities, they look at the drug dealers, they look at the people with the money, they look at the gangsters, and those are the people that they idolize. And I'm glad that you found people in your community that you could idolize that was the image of yourself or the image that you were trying to become. So attempting to do what was expected of you, such as like, okay, you graduated high school, you were going to college, you had life goals, etc. You was escaping your environment, and then to still become a victim of not domestic, but to become a victim of violence still. How does that make you feel, and how do you feel about people that commit violent acts against one another?
Well, when I was younger, I wasn't a goody two-shoes. I might have been real good at basketball, but I was, the problem kid that your mother would tell you not to be around.
Well,
so, it could have been just my last strike. Like, I keep giving you all these blessings, and you keep throwing them away. So it was like, let's get you on this path that I need you to go to, help benefit the people, because you are, you're a light worker out here. So it's like the people, you're highly responsible for a lot of people's actions because people follow you. So it's like, we need you on a better path. So the people that do follow you, we can help, make this a little bit better situation for everybody,
Right. So that was going into my next question. Basically, do you feel like what happened to you is what began your calling in writing and motivational speaking?
Not necessarily. It actually made me a little worse, because now I didn't have any feelings, I felt like I lost my soul for a little second.
Right.
But then when I transferred to Texas Tech, my best friend died during my finals, right before my finals, and then that's what made me pay attention to life a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah. So he didn't have an opportunity to maximize his potential. So I just took that as a calling, as a sign, is like maybe I should understand what I'm doing out here and take this a little bit more serious instead of because I was giving everything all my life since
right.
I was good. So I was like, maybe I need to pay attention a little bit more, and that helped my situation.
Right. So what are you working on currently?
Well, right now I have DIP Promotions. I'm a consultant, I'm an author, I'm an entertainer. So I help maximize people's potential, either academically, athletically, artist-wise, fashion. We have the clothing line. We do production. So I got the sitcom, documentary, music. We out here and we work a little hard.
Right, you definitely work hard, and my daughter had the pleasure of working on a project with you, and it was amazing to see your production skills and your artist skills come together with working with a totally new artist who really didn't have any experience, and you made it a real comfortable situation, and I appreciate that, and I'm definitely into what you're doing, and I like what you're doing. So musically, what do you anticipate with your current project?
Well, I have the documentary. I'm about to release it as a package because I put out the second book of the trilogy. It's gonna be a while for the third one to come out, but since the second book of the trilogy is out, I'm gonna have the package with the documentary, and then with that package, you also will receive the soundtrack, so you will be able to listen to more of my music.
So where can we find these type of things? Where can people listen to your music, buy your book, hire you to do some motivational speaking?
Well, my social media, everything is DIP Promotions. My book is on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Product of Determination, The College is the first one. Product of Determination, Life After is the second one. So, you can just follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, DIP Promotions, and then you can just keep up with everything that's going on. And then from there, you'll be able to, because the package deal is going to be exclusive, so people that actually know me will be able to get that package.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to him and everything that he's doing. And I'm sitting next to him, and he has such a humble and calming spirit that we go through things in life, but the things that we go through leads us to be the people that we become. And you are very well on your path that God has put you on. And nothing happens for absolutely no reason. So I just want to encourage you to continue on that path and continue to do what you're doing. I'm always going to be here to support you. And who are some of your music influences and why?
Well, you know, I'm an old soul, so you know, I go back, but you know, Whispers, you know, OJ's, Temptations, you know, Stevie Wonder, you know, with rap, you know, Jay-Z, Nas, you know, Biggie. So you know, I'm pretty eclectic with
some of the best.
Yeah, you know, I listen to Michael Jackson, of course. I can't disrespect the man, you know.
Shout out to the king.
Yeah, so you know, I appreciate what their songwriting abilities are. You know, The Dream is pretty dope. I like The Dream. His production is crazy.
And you know, I talk to a lot of artists, and I do a lot of interviews, and no one has ever brought up The Dream.
I don't know
like,
why.
He's just one of those artists that's like, I don't know. Shout out to The Dream. He's definitely dope, but, you know, I never heard nobody bring up The Dream before, so definitely shout out to The Dream. So, you know, we're going to throw you a curveball, and I got this little freestyle cipher thing going on. So I've been putting all my guests on the spot. So what did you pick to freestyle about today?
We gotta, you know, how you doing community violence. I'm kind of like focused on the community because, you know, I like to talk about light work and stuff.
Right.
So let's get these souls a little bit more popping.
I love that. Did he say let's get these souls popping? He didn't say fans. He didn't say listeners. He didn't say viewers. He said souls. My young brother out here looking to correct some souls, or not correct, but to enhance, to encourage you. So, you know, guys, don't think it's not cool to be about God, because it's so, I mean, you're not a real, like, I ain't gonna say that. I can't say that. You know, as a journalist, I gotta watch what I be saying sometimes. But I'm gonna say how I feel, because I'm first lady with the facts. And I feel like if you are not grounded and rooted in something, Buddha, Islam, I don't care what it is, you need to be grounded and rooted in something that keeps you from going too far, keeps you from stretching all the way out, pull you back in.
Right.
So you know what, on that note, we're going to take it into his freestyle about community violence. Mind you, I picked 5 topics for my guests. They didn't know they was going to have to do this, but they're being really good sports about it, because, you know, if you're an artist, put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
Put that pen to that paper, let's get to work. So not only are we going to hear something else from him, we're going to take it into the freestyle, and we will be back with more and more and more exclusive interviews with Worldwide Entertainment TV and your host, Miss Goldi, and my little bro over here, Phil Murphy, dipped in purple. Make sure y'all follow them, and we'll be right back. You are now live with the Worldwide Entertainment Cypher with my homie, Phil Murphy, dipped in purple. He about to spit that hot 16 for y'all on community violence. That was it, community violence?
Yo, what's up, man? They call me Thriller, you know, better known as Phil Murphy, but Thriller when it comes to this music. So I just hit you a couple bars real quick from Miss Goldi, Worldwide Entertainment TV. Alright? I'm a light warrior, a different breed of nigga. The angels got in my steps, I'm totally something different. Low frequencies, all these niggas melodies, I don't know what you talking about. I'm living heavenly. If you look in their eyes, they really be devils be, but I be reading them early, got the mental telepathy. As I'm stacking the cheddar cheese, standing up for my brothers, they my family. That was pun intended, listen G's, we not a movement, we just moving. I don't fuck with no squares. The shape we in needs to be congruent. A lot of these niggas really be fooling, but to a big dog, can't be worried about a faker. Know how to capitalize from it, turn it into paper,
Hey.
It's Thriller.
Thriller.
We out.